Happy Monday. Welcome to Cooped Up Live, should I say, daily-ish broadcast where I just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. While we are waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can visit that at any time. Would love to subscribe if you would subscribe to the emails or whatever. There, sorry. I am flustered at the moment. I'm Cooped Up is my handle in all the social places. Would love a follow, particular if you're on the Instagrams. And wherever you watch or listen to this, it's on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and rebroadcast in audio format on all of the major podcasting platforms. So love a follow so that you don't miss a second of the fun. Hey, Mama, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well. What a day. Oh, my goodness. I have been going hard since like 6 this morning, and it's not even over yet. I still have, as soon as I get done here, I have to finish writing a press release, and then I have to take Claire out to Grand Prairie to a roller derby info session. I will get to that in a moment. So anyway, first of all, top of the show, it's important to know early voting started today. I believe it's in all of Texas and probably a lot of other places too. But your municipal election, mine was 2 questions. Who do you want for mayor and who do you want for city councilman? And the mayor is running unopposed. So it's really only one question that we had to answer a question to. Hey, Eric, hope you're doing well. I voted for the other Eric Johnson today. He was the only one running, but I wanted to make sure I cast a vote in case someone was written. I do not trust unopposed because I'm worried that someone will be written in, and if not enough people actually vote for the unopposed person, that there's a chance that there will be a runoff or something weird like that, right? I know that's highly unlikely, but you never. Stranger things have happened, I'm sure. So I voted today. My councilman, Chad West, who I'm very happy to support, asked a bunch of his supporters to go vote today, specifically at around 4 o'clock today, for a show of support and all of that. So I showed up for that. And Eric's saying, I voted on my way home from school. I wrote in a person for mayor. See, so you probably would at least write in somebody, because Eric, you are like the most politically minded, motivated, involved person I know. So you would probably write in someone normal, like capable. I'm worried about the yahoos that are just like, I want my mama to do it, like that kind of thing. So anyway, so voted today. Had Claire had an assessment today for her reading levels and math levels and all of that. So I had to pick her up early from school at noon so we could do that online here, just sitting at this desk. That took she went from 1 o'clock until 3:45 doing that. Testing is no joke for these kids these days. I tell you, it is. And I think there's like a little 10-minute break in the middle of all of that. So then went to vote. Now, as soon as I hang up with you, like I said, I'm going to finish writing a press release. And then I have to head out to Grand Prairie to Forum, roller rink or something. Claire has she wants to investigate junior roller derby leagues. That's what she wants to do. She thinks this will be fun for her. I admit it would be fun, and it would be hilarious to say that my daughter is in a roller derby league. So I'm not opposed to that. I just want, mainly I was like, I have one question. And she goes, is it how much I'm going to get hurt? And I was like, actually, no, my question is, because you're parent of the year. My question is, how much of a time commitment is it? Because I know they practice every Monday night for 2 hours from 6 to 8 at this roller rink in Grand Prairie. Tonight it's a practice and they're scrimmaging against each other. And so you'll see an actual roller derby and then we can ask questions and find out what the dues are, and dues as in DUES, money, what those are, what the equipment requirements are. And then my follow-up question on that is, okay, so I know the practices every Monday night. Got that. Totally get that. My question is, how much of my Saturdays and Sundays is this going to take up? Because this is a decision we have to make as a family, because you know what? When I say we're going to take Claire to the roller derby, we is always me. So that's the thing I have to be really careful about on that sort of thing. I want to support, but we just have to make sure it's right for our family. This weekend, though, was supposed to be relaxing. This weekend was supposed to be, we had nothing officially planned, and it was supposed to be rainy and all of that kind of stuff. Did it rain? I'm not even sure that it actually rained. It looked a little wet outside when I woke up Sunday morning, but I'm not sure that it actually rained Saturday night. But Saturday, we spent most of the day doing stuff in the yard, planting things, I moved a hydrangea. I moved a bunch of hostas. We planted some stuff. Todd and I went to 3 different nurseries looking for. So we have in our mind the specific kind of pot that we want for this one space. And we went out to Green Acres out in Valley Ranch. Didn't find one there. We then went to Callaway's over by Love Field. Didn't find one there. Then we went to Jackson's right there by Love Field also. Was certain they would have it because they have everything. That is the best store ever. They didn't have it. And then went to 4 things. Went to Lowe's after that. And then the grocery store. So that we could have stuff for dinner. So, okay, vote. I'd like to know. So Todd is convinced that most couples do not ever run errands together. And I've told him, I believe that most couples actually do run errands together. I'm not sure that this is a great voting audience here. I know my sister and her husband run errands together a lot. And I know lots of other friends who they run errands. Eric, I'm pretty sure you and Mark don't run errands together. But Todd is like, when I was like, hey, let's just go together. And he comes off as like, that's the most inefficient way to do this possible. We should divide and conquer. And I'm like, no, let's just do it together. We can hang out. Kids are staying home. They don't want to go with us. So it's a good time to just like be in the car together, chitty chat about stuff, like not serious stuff, look at stuff, all of that kind of thing. So anyway, but yeah, so I woke up yesterday morning so sore. I was one of those things. So I know that I'm not the epitome of fashion, or not fashion, of fitness rather. And but I'm always surprised about how sore I am after working in the yard. Like the backs of my thighs were on fire, and I think that is from like the squatting. The arches of my feet felt like they wanted to divorce me. Like they were just going to fall off in the middle of the night. Because I think it was from the squatting and stuff. And we have all of the tools to make it easier. We got this actually on, I can't remember if it was Saturday or maybe on Friday. Because Todd went first Saturday morning, and then we made another trip, a round of trips. He got this thing where you just kind of stick it in the ground. It's got like 4 teeth on it. And you twist it, and it like kind of digs the hole for you, and it at least loosens it up. And then you can kind of dig out the loose dirt afterwards. So even with that, like I was so freaking sore yesterday that to get out of bed, my back it felt like it was kind of in traction. So you just have to kind of swing your legs and hope for the best that you get up. But oh man, I'm still sore today, just like walking around. I am so sore. And then was I here on Friday? I can't remember if I talked to you on Friday. I'm pretty sure I did. Raven is saying, I'm like Todd. I want to get things done in the fast, efficient manner. See, I just want to do it like where we're just like hanging out and stuff. So I don't know. Todd, I hope you're not watching this because now I'm being proven wrong. Come on, some of y'all chime in. Chad Mantooth, hey, how are you, man? Yeah, I saw you post about Bed Bath & Beyond filing for bankruptcy. One thing I never thought of that you posted about earlier was that all those coupons are going to be null and void now during the liquidation. And does that start this week? That is a store that I am really, really surprised. Like, what did they do that caused them to be into bankruptcy, right? Because I thought that store would be one that could potentially survive like the upheaval of retail and all of that, right? Because you go to Bed Bath & Beyond when you don't know what you need. Like, I need some new sheets. And so you go in there and you roam. You look around. Looking at different things, maybe to get some inspiration. And there's always a coupon, so you never buy anything full price there. And they'll even take the used coupons or the expired coupons. And that's just a story. Again, I feel like that is because they were marketing on. So my whole thing on like competing against the Amazons of the world and the Walmarts of the world is that you don't compete on price specifically, because they're always going to win on price because of scale and all of that. You compete on service, which that may be an issue at Bed Bath & Beyond because I can't remember them having great service. But you either compete on service, you compete on selection, which is a thing in the favor of Bed Bath & Beyond. Because you know what's weird is buying stuff online that you can't touch and feel, like sheets and towels. And someone said, although my towels I bought online from Nordstrom, but they're the Nordstrom brand, and the reviews are over the moon, crazy. They were on sale, and I can always return shit. I return stuff all the freaking time. But like, I was really, really shocked to hear about how badly Bed Bath, did they grow too much? Is their rent too expensive? Like, what is the thing? Eric is hosting a political fundraiser tonight for DISD trustee. Or is that an election? I guess our trustee's not up for election time because I didn't even, our ballot was literally like 1.5 questions. So, anyway, so I totally lost my train of thought. My mom is saying I would want to run errands together if I were married. Exactly. I agree with that. Thank you, Mom, for supporting me. And Raven is saying, I like the hanging out with my wife for the fun stuff, not the tedious duties. Well, errands can be fun. I actually think most errands are fun. Like, even going to the grocery store can be fun. And you know what's, I'm not saying go ride together to get your oil changed. I'm not saying that. Like, that's a terrible thing to do. But like going to Target together, that's fun. Going to Home Depot together, that's fun for some people. I enjoy it. So like all of those types of things, like I don't know. Oh, Chad, who obviously knows all about Bed Bath & Beyond, this forced a new private label strategy that he devised it for Target onto the Bed Bath & Beyond customers. So when customers could no longer find goods they expected on the BB&B shelves, they bought them elsewhere, which sent sales. Interesting. But you know what? In retail, that is actually supposedly the key to success, is the private labeling of stuff, because then you're not actually competing head to head against another store, even if they're all the same product, probably even off the same factory floor, just with a different label on it. So, Sandy's saying, I'm not with anyone, but I can see it both ways. There are times I want to get things done and not want anyone with me. There are times when I want company. Yes. The best part, Zach is on the Optavia program right now. Lost like, what do you have to, like 63 pounds or something that you're down? It seems like you're like melting away. Best part of grocery store runs is when you're on the program, you don't need much. And actually, I don't like grocery store shopping. So that is one thing where I actually enjoy company on it, because I really, really dislike going to the grocery store. Some people love it. I have never understood the appeal of Central Market. I've never understood the appeal of Whole Foods. I've never understood the appeal of any of these places, because basically everything you're buying just turns into shit anyway. You can put that on a pillow. But so I do most of my grocery shopping online. Also, it prevents overbuying. It prevents like when you're shopping online, there's very little impulse buys. It's not like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Because I'll do a meal plan. I'll figure out what shopping stuff I need, order it online. I order most from Walmart. I find that is actually has the best customer service and the best product selection for most things. Now, they don't have random things like if you need a leek, Walmart's probably not the place for you. You need to go to like your Sprouts or Whole Foods or somewhere like that. But if you need just general regular stuff, Walmart is the jam. And then they deliver, which is great. Pickup is also great. It's super fast. So, Zach, you've lost 43 pounds since February 6th. Good for you, man. Todd's on it right now, and he's frustrated because he is, well, I say he's on it. I don't know how strict he's being about it. So he's eating a lot of the leftover food that I have. Plus, he's bought Todd being the analytical person he is, and also the cost conscious person that he is, he went out and looked for dupes of all of these things. And so he's bought all of these other brands of things, and they have like 20 calories more here or 5 calories more there, which I'm not certain that's not adding up to a whole additional meal, because he's complaining that he's been on it now for 2 weeks and he's lost like 8 pounds. So impulse buying is my favorite at Aldi and Trader Joe's. I give it to you there, Sandy. I very much enjoy a Trader Joe's or an Aldi run because of the unexpected things that you're going to find. But when it comes to just regular like weekend grocery shopping or meal planning grocery shopping, I am not there for it. And that actually leads to a funny thing. So Claire and I were out running errands on, what was it, Saturday? No, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think we left the house for a little bit yesterday. And we needed to go, what did we need to do? I needed to drop some stuff off, return some stuff, do some other stuff. And we needed to stop by the grocery store. There was something specifically I had to do. And they're like, I don't want to do it. But then she was like, oh, but maybe we'll stop at Starbucks or McDonald's or something along the way, which we did. But so I popped into the Walmart neighborhood market. Is that what it's called? So here in Dallas, and I don't know if they have them in other places. I assume other big cities do. But we have these Walmarts that are a neighborhood market, which is exclusively a grocery store. There's no clothes in it. There's no motor oil in it. There's no, it's just like whatever. If Tom Thumb would have it, this store has it, but it does not have any of the extra things. There's no paint department. There's no automotive department. There's no sporting goods department, no toy section, that sort of thing. Very few housewares, just as much about like the little half aisle that grocery stores have. So we popped into the one in Uptown Dallas, which is just right catty corner to the Target, to get some ingredients for. I made chicken tortilla soup for dinner last night, and I thought, you know what, Walmart's, I can get in and out real fast. It's going to be a great experience, or it'll be tolerable. It will, because I thought was a more high end location. I was sorely mistaken. So we pull into the parking lot. There's a man standing there at his car, wrapped in a blanket, waiting to get in. The pot smell in the parking lot was like the contact high was insane, just getting into the store. And get into the store, and it is just pandemonium. There's no bags for the produce. There is a tourist group of Chinese people in there who don't even have a shopping cart. They're just walking around looking at all the things and talking in Chinese to each other, and then randomly asking people questions in English. And then what else was there? Just people going all over the place. It was just the most insane thing. One checker was open, and all the rest of the store is self-checkout, which had I realized that, I'm a Walmart Plus member, and so I can just do the scan and go thing if I'm thinking about it. But I didn't realize that it was 100% the self-checkout there. They had one open, and a guy got in line there, and the checker lady, who is talking about her favorite Bible verse to somebody, she's like, sorry, this lane is closed. Literally the only lane was closed. So yeah, see, errands are bad. No, again, it depends on the errands. I actually run most of my errands during the week just because I know Todd's not going to go with me. I know, Walmart Plus member bragger. I can do you one further. I'm a Walmart Plus at home member, which that means that I can order it, and instead of just sending me the groceries via like Uber or some random Lyft driver or something, where all your groceries end up smelling like pot or may or may not get there, it is an actual Walmart store associate in a Walmart branded van that brings them to your door. And actually, if I'm not this brave to do this, but the Walmart at home program, if you give them your security code, they will put them in your refrigerator for you. They will put them in your pantry, or just put them on the counter. Whatever you want them to do, they will do. You just have to give them access. I have not done that. They leave them at the doorstep, or I meet them at the doorstep. But they come in big crates, and so stuff isn't smushed. It's not just thrown in the back of an old Nissan Altima. and they're very polite. Oh, and there's no tipping. That's the other nice thing. So it costs like $10 a month to do it. But if you order groceries the regular way and have them delivered, you're spending at least $10 a month on tip anyway. And so better service. I know. I can't believe that this is something from this is added to the list of things from the pandemic that 2019 Cooper would have said, nope, 2023 Cooper, that is not him. Nuh-uh. So being a Walmart super fan for groceries and deliveries and all of that kind of stuff, I hate the in-store experience, but groceries and deliveries and pickups, yes. And then obviously RVing and camping and fishing and all those kinds of things, or things like, oh wow, wouldn't have thought about that. They also leave their favorite Bible verse on your counter. Maybe. What else do I have on my list? Oh, did y'all see that? I'm sure you saw that Tucker Carlson was canned today. And it was the weirdest thing. So obviously this whole Fox News, Tucker Carlson, he's their main guy who was lying on the air, knowingly lying on the air. Like there was evidence that he knew from text chains saying, I know that the theories of the stolen election are false, but this is what our people want to hear, and this is going to keep our ratings up. Like they have him actually saying that, admitting to it, all of these kinds of things, and then still doing it on the air, right? And then cut to Fox. Was it like $750 million that they settled for in this lawsuit against Dominion? And Dominion is the company that makes the voting machines, the paperless voting machines. I don't know, whatever, the electronic voting machines. That's what I'm talking about. And so Tucker Carlson on Friday did not realize that he was going to be fired because he signed off his show like he always does, saying, I'll see you Friday, or have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday, right? And so he was let go, effective immediately, does not get to come back, anything like that, right? And so not 20 minutes later, maybe 5 minutes later, Don Lemon from CNN announces that he's been canned also. And he's been off the air for a while because he was making a lot of sexist and sexist and there's some other something-ist comments on the air about women and age and ageist and sexist comments or something on the air like that, and not in a funny way, like in a like he seriously thought this. And by the way, Don Lemon, by the way, is a black gay man, openly gay, obviously openly black on the air. So it's very different than Tucker Carlson, who has all of the pedigree of being a white supremacist, of being a homophobic person, of being a bigot, of being anti. If there's something you could be anti, Tucker Carlson is like the sketch artist sketch of it. So, but Don Lemon announced it. So CNN did not actually announce that Don Lemon was canned. Don Lemon announced himself that he got canned. And so it makes me wonder, like, did Don Lemon do it because there's two schools of thought. So in PR, there's two schools of thought. If you can announce something on the heels of something bigger, then it'll dilute the press that yours gets. So like on a big news day, if you have bad news to announce, that's a great day to do it, right? Because all the oxygen has been sucked out of the room by the other thing. So that's one theory. Like, did Don Lemon do it because he wanted it to be kind of overlooked? I do not think that's the case, because I think he's got a big ego on him. I think he wanted to be lumped. I think he was kind of like a me too, not in the sexual harassment way, but like, hey, he's not the only one. Me too, like that sort of thing. Like he's trying to jump on the bandwagon of media personalities done wrong kind of thing. And also it would have hurt him, his feelings, it would hurt his ego if it would have gone not noticed, right? Like if he would have been released and not noticed. So, and then also I saw that the vice president of marketing and the director of marketing of Bud Light were also put on indefinite leave of absence. And I believe it's unpaid leave of absence after the trans can thing that they did. Let's all crack open up. Yes, exactly. Bud Light. And as much as Patrick or Raven is saying, as much as I cannot stand Tucker Carlson, he was given and fed this stuff to say. Producers are also at fault, as well as the network. I have no tears for Tucker. Yes. It'll be interesting to see, like, if Laura Ingraham, isn't that her last name, or any of the others. I think that Tucker was the big one, though, that was kind of beating that drum on all of that. So, Karen, what are you saying? I came across your daddy, Daryl Smith, from Ed Couch. Elsa's obituary. He's my cousin. So sorry to do this. Oh, thank you, Karen. So I think his funeral was a year ago, like tomorrow, or a year ago, like this weekend. I know this week, because I saw on my Facebook memories this morning, that this week, I said this week will be probably, I'm going to bury my dad, and then will probably be the last time I ever see my hometown. And that is true. I don't know that unless there's another funeral down there, I do not anticipate myself going back down to the Rio Grande anytime soon. So I know it's around this time. That whole thing was a blur. Like the whole time period from March when he died until we buried him was a blur. So just crazy. So, well, thank you for the kind words, Karen. So does that make you my second cousin then? I'm guessing that you're my second cousin. Huh. Raven is talking back to Walmart. We tried Walmart's home delivery after COVID lockdown at Quality Tank. So here's the thing. It got really bad for a while. It is good again. I think they were just way overwhelmed, and they were also having issues they were using Lyft or Uber to do it, and they were having trouble getting drivers because it would say groceries are ready, waiting for pickup, and then they would never get picked up. They are getting picked up now, and then if you do that at-home service, which again, it's like $120 a year, but there's no tipping, better service. It comes and it's great. So, anyway. Alrighty, well, that's all I got today. There is no show tomorrow. Claire has her follow-up on her contact lenses, her prescription tomorrow. And I think it's going to be okay. She has the 30-day wear kind. We're not encouraging her to sleep in them, but he gave her that kind because she was struggling so much getting them in and pulling them out. So if she was really having the trouble with it, she could technically sleep in it. And so she did. She slept in them a couple of times, and she's taken them in and out. She's getting much better at it. So I think tomorrow we'll get the official prescription, and then we can order some for her. So I will not be, because that appointment's at 4:00 tomorrow. So I will not be here tomorrow, as a little programming note. Let's see. Nice to meet you, Karen, as well. What side of my family are you cousins on? I'm assuming that you would be on Mamu's side of the family. I don't know. Helen, what was her last name? Cheryl? Helen Cheryl was my grandmother, and Calvin Smith was my grandfather. So anyway. So yeah. Oh, you can see Claire's a roller. Oh, me too. I think she's going to be a great roller derby girl if this works out. So like I said, I'm logging off here, finish writing a press release, and then heading out to Grand Prairie for some roller derby action to see if that's something that Claire wants to do. So I will not see you tomorrow, but I will see you Wednesday at 4:30 Are you sure you're not getting tuckered? I know. I'm tuckered out some weeks on this. So I will see you on Wednesday at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say, talk to you later. Bye.